Happy Thursday, everyone. Like I've said in previous videos, each loan product has its purpose for a particular borrower. Today we're going to dive into USDA loans, also known as RD loans. And again, kind of like with the VA loan that we were talking about yesterday, there is no down payment. So if you're purchasing a $200,000 house, we can give you a loan for $200,000. Typically with a USDA loan, flexible credit requirements. Normally, 640 or better, we can get you qualified for a USDA loan. No cash reserves typically. So in some products, you're required to have funds in the bank showing that you can make the upcoming payment or payments. In this instance, normally there are no cash reserves. Like with any of our products, no prepayment penalty. I'm not sure if I've mentioned that on previous videos, but if you pay the loan off early, there is no prepayment penalty. That's really kind of a thing of the past with most institutions these days. Normally, we have lower interest rates on USDA. Again, all depends on what the market's doing. As far as some cons, there are some geographic restrictions. So for here in mid-Missouri, it has to be outside the city limits of like Columbia, Jefferson City, rural. That it's right in the title there. There are income limitations depending on the number of individuals, number of children in the household. And again, much like the FHA or VA, there is the upfront guarantee fee, which is typically 1% of the loan amount. So again, that can be rolled into the loan. You don't have to come up with that additional 1% upfront. It's rolled into the loan. And it does also have what they call USDA annual guarantee fees, which is very similar to mortgage insurance. This is on the loan for the life of the loan, different from conventional where you can usually have it removed at 80%. The one nice thing about USDA loans, though, is each year they reanalyze the loan amounts and calculate it accordingly. So it is something that does decrease as the loan amount decreases. This is a primary residence only, so no investment properties, no second homes. And the one thing that I always warn people about is typically underwriting, it's a little bit longer time period there. We underwrite all of our USDA loans in-house, but one thing that we have to do before we go to closing is we do have to submit this to USDA and get their approval as well. I will say our underwriters are awesome. They usually have it in a nice little package with a bow on top and everything's there. But if something's missing, we got to get it. The other thing is turn times with USDA vary. Depends on the time of year, what the market's looking like. So we have to allow for that time to submit it to USDA, get their blessing before we can proceed to closing. So is a USDA loan worth it? For the right borrower, it is. If you're looking outside city limits, don't have a down payment, credit isn't where it should be, and that isn't necessarily bad credit. Again, like we talked about previously, if we have somebody that's doesn't have a long credit history, it's definitely a big plus. So feel free to reach out, message, text, email, or just give me a call. I'd be happy to sit down, discuss your options on any of these loan products that we offer. Otherwise, have a great Thursday.